welcome back to Non-League Adventure with me, GW365. This is Season 4, Episode 2 with Curzon Ashton Football Club. If you joined us on the first episode of this season, first of all, apologies, it was a little bit quiet. I was doing it late at night, trying to be quiet to avoid the wrath of the female. Basically we won 2-1. We had 13 shots to their 6. I can't remember how many clear-cut chances we had, but we had 7. That was mainly because of the goal that we scored when Henry Rowlinson got the winner, should I say. There was like a massive scramble in the box, and clear-cut chance after clear-cut chance, and finally Henry Rowlinson getting a goal on his debut, along with Joe Pigott as well. He also got a goal on his debut. Henry Rowlinson getting the man of the match. The next game, then there was an issue here. Ben Hinchcliffe was complaining of lack of first-team football. He wasn't cutting it in the Vanarama National League. Might be able to cut it this time. He's one player that's kept stum, basically. And Henry Rowlinson said, we think that Ben deserved to get more football. It was a reasonable request, and the fact that we're all here at this meeting shows that you've dealt with it very badly. Well, I turned around and said, he needs to earn his place. How would you feel if I dropped one of your more deserving teammates to make way for him just because he's asked? And pretty much all of them agreed with me, apart from Luke Foster, which I'll take that. I will take that. As a result, we went to the next game against Charlie. As you can see, we had far more chances, but unfortunately, we scored. Well, fortunately, we scored, should I say, and then unfortunately, Ben Yago got an equaliser not long after. Worth noting, it was that man, Ben Hinchcliffe, who got the goal, and he also picked up the Man of the Match award as well, so it was pretty pleasing to see. We followed that up with another draw, this time at home against Alfreton. We were very unlucky here. We got an early goal, and we pretty much dominated the game, and their first real chance in terms of a highlight resulted in a goal with Jack Hunter getting it on the end of a cross from the right-hand side near post. It went past about 4 blue shirts, and he just managed to get there. Same sort of... it's the kind of goal I'm accustomed to conceding now. But, we've been playing very well, so that is pleasing. Worth noting, in that game, we lost Joe Pigott. He scored a goal and then got injured about half an hour later. That meant he was out for 2 weeks. Not too long, but long enough in my opinion, because he started the season very brightly. We did manage to get a loan signing in terms of another centre back. It was Corey Roberts. The only aspect of his game that really concerns me is his heading, which I know he's a centre back. He's a short centre back. He's more of a covering type. So I'm not too disappointed, not too concerned, should I say. He's the only other thing is composure, but it's not really that bad. Concentration at 8 isn't terrible at this level, but his other stats are pretty good. Positioning 12, teamwork, work rate, tackling, determination, decisions, in particular, anticipation's good, aggression and bravery are good, his pace is good to a degree. I think he's a very sound option for the centre back position. He's come on loan from Walsall, of all teams. Been on loan all like the non-league teams, it seems so far, and this season is no different. He didn't play in the first in this game, and we were very fortunate to snatch a 2-2 draw, albeit we did deserve it. We played far better. But John Ryder's goal was, Jordan Tunnicliffe, the standing captain, he missed an easy header, unchallenged whatsoever, and their guy, John Ryder, just run in behind and scored a clear-cut opportunity. Fortunately, though, we changed the system. This is a good thing about having the 3 tactics that are exactly the same, but just with subtle changes. We changed to control, I want to say. Yeah, I think we could change from defensive to control, because we are aware we were the outsiders, so put us on defensive. It didn't work out in this game. They got an early goal. But when I changed to control, we came back into it, and we got a goal in the last kick of the game. 90th plus 3rd minute goal to earn us a point and keep our unbeaten run intact, which was very pleasing to say the least. We followed it up most recently with a game against Tamworth. We won here. It was an even game, to be honest with you, but not really many chances came their way in terms of highlights. I think they had 2 all game. The first one was saved by Shamal George. He's been pretty good so far, if I do say so myself. I know he's conceded a few goals, but he's been alright. Sam Ward is wanting to leave, of course. He's one of the one of the ones that were complaining about getting relegated, basically. And he's just been very poor. So from this point on, at the minute, I'm dropping him. He's the best midfielder I've got, but I'm having to not play him. I'm trying to sign someone. Whether he signs, we'll have to wait and see. But he hasn't signed as of yet. But yeah, Leo Hunt getting 2 goals here, both from crosses. Worth noting that Jordan Jones was playing absolutely appalling at right back. He had a 6 rating, 5.9 I think, by the time he got a cross in for Leo Hunt, and he finished it, and it improved his overall rating. Danny Sampson made a debut here as well at left back, not really inspiring with the 6.3 rating. And of course, this is where Corey Roberts started as well. Again, not that inspiring, but we only conceded 1 goal. Worth noting, the transfer window roundup was here once again. Domenico Berardi left Real Madrid to go to Man City for a massive £52 million. Also, Alessandro Florenzi left Roma to go to Man City for 40 million, which is their total spending of 92 million, which is crazy paving. Lucas, the defensive midfielder of Liverpool, I want to say that's him, but I don't think it is, because he's going from Atletico to Liverpool, so it's making me think it's the Brazilian that used to play for Paris Saint-Germain, or probably, I think he still does at the minute in real life, but I'm assuming he's gone to Atletico from PSG. Most active was Cheltenham, who got promoted from our division that we're currently in last season. As a result of the bright start, I'd like to say, board confidence is secure well, it was stable before, so that's pleasing to see. Paul Jennings, he's that target when I signed, he's been pretty good, to be fair. He's saved us in quite a few instances. And this is where we sit. After 5 games, we are 5th. We've got 2 wins, 3 draws, no losses, and 9 points. Goal difference of +2, and we're doing all right, to be fair. Boss United expected to be up there. Stockport are expected to be up there. I'm not too sure about Worcester. Harrogate as well expected to be up there. So we're expected to finish 8th. So we'll have to wait and see. So this is the team we're going to be using for the game against Solihull Moors at home. Solihull Moors are currently, if I press the right thing, stop it. There we go. They are currently 10th in the league. Some key players here. Sam Wesley's the one to look out for. He's a right back. Yeah, right back or left back in actual fact. He's not the best at crossing or dribbling, but he's pretty sound defensively, so we're going to have to work hard to break him down. He's quite tall as well for right back. I think he's roughly about 6 foot. The only downside really to this team selection is I'm trying to keep him, happy as I can while he's unhappy, because he is actually performing quite well. He's the highest average rating so far. Liam Smith has been appalling so far, if I'm being completely honest, but I think that's the system we're playing, if I'm being completely honest, because most of the games we've played defensive, and they're instructed not to get forward at all often, but to be fair, his crossing's 4, which is probably one of the reasons. And on the other tactics, they're instructed to dribble, and his dribbling is a 1. So he's probably one I'm going to have to look to move. He's the captain at the minute, but it's purely because there's no one else really who's good enough really. And I'd rather be an outfield player rather than a goalkeeper like last season, but Shamal George anyway has only got a leadership of 3, so that was never going to be an option. Otherwise, we're going to go Tomsit and Canero because of Sam Ward's very, very poor performance. In fact, I might even, after this game, start dishing out some warnings and stuff via the interaction screen. The only reason Tunnicliffe is in the team is because he's got the best average rating, because that mistake was absolutely disgusting the last time he was out on the field. One thing that does let him down is his determination, to me anyway. So yeah, I'm just thinking now, is it worth switching them round, because one is more determined than the other in terms of both full-backs and both centre-backs. And I think Corey Roberts, being right-footed and not right only, it seems like a sound option. We've got Leo Hunt on the bench, the bit of the hero really. He's been probably the best player so far in terms of all his appearances. He's had 4 games, if you include the sub appearances. He's got an average rating of 7.5 so far, only bettered by Ben Hinchcliffe. It seems like the left midfield slot is going to be very much key in this season. Henry Rowlandson's going to start on the right. Jordan Jones is going to be on the bench. He's been pretty consistent as well, mainly getting around 7. And Piggott comes back onto the bench because of he's come back from injury. He's definitely going to come on, I think, at some point. Him and Paul Jennings. Paul Jennings has been pretty decent. He's got an assist and a goal so far, and he's saved us, I think, a couple of times with a bit of link-up play, decent through ball, and causing it, like, creating a really good chance. Worth noting, this is the guy we're trying to sign. He's only 3-star. He's 32 years old. It will be until the end of the season, so it's not as though he's going to get much older, I suppose, which is kind of stating the obvious. But what I'm meaning by that is, you know, once I get to 32, 33, they do start to decline quite rapidly. I'm hoping I can get 1 season out of him. As you can see, his stats are pretty good. And I'm just hoping he's going to sign, and then that should free up, get rid of Ward, basically, because he's been a bit of a letdown so far. Unless he books up his ideas, is that the right way to put it, I think? And actually starts playing football rather than focusing on his happiness, then he's not going to be getting many games. And to be fair, I've got Luke Foster, who can fill in centre midfield as well. He's going to be mainly a substitute option because he's rated as a 2-star player, and that's it. That's all there is to it. So is Thompson, surprisingly, even though he's only he's on £600 a week, which still, you know, ideally I want to get rid of him, but I know he's proven at this level. He's got the player of the season the last 3 years. I can't let him go, can I? You know, not at this stage. So important that we are the favourites, so I need to change. I'm going to change the standard to start off because we're not massive favourites. So I'm going to aggressively say I expect to win because we are at home. David Moyo is motivated. That's very nice to see. And I'm going to just say I've got faith in everyone. Even starting with the lowest, it's not made no difference whatsoever. The lowest morale. I'm hoping if we can have some decent results, then what am I doing? Then his morale will increase naturally, and we won't have to focus too much on, you know, saying no pressure and stuff, because that's the other way. When the morale is shot, then no pressure is the best way to go. But I just thought, you know, because it's one player, I thought I'll just try faith. But obviously he doesn't listen to George Michael or anyone. I just need to do this really quick. Change it to the standard, and we'll start the match. So Hooper and Moyo get us underway as Tomsic finds Hinchcliffe. If he can just stay professional and actually play his game and not get tackled so easily like he just did there, I'll be a happy chappy. As a result, they've got Ronaldo taking a free kick. If you look at his stance, gets a shot away. George didn't even need to make that save. He has done, and as a result will probably concede a goal via a corner. Am I right in the script in front of you? No, apparently not, because Thompson can head it away. But Heath plays it forward back to Jackson, the corner taker. Crosses in, Roberts heads away. There's his 6 heading in full flow there. But it's positioning and things like that I think I liked about him more than anything. That's a very poor pass from Hooper. What are you putting your arm up for? Are you claiming that's how we're throwing? Are you a schmuck? I think you are. And Shamal George already has a 7 out of 10 rating, which is pleasing to see. Here's Rollinson though now, and he finds Hooper. Hooper now is away from his man, playing as a target man today. Now it's Canero. Finds Moyo inside. He's coming backwards. And now it's Thompson. Can he find... He can. Down him with a decent pass. Can he swing the ball? And he can. And Moyo is there. And that's his first goal, is it? Of the season, or is it ever? Because he didn't really do very well last season. But it looks like he's got a decent goal there. It looks suspicious. There was suspicions of offside there, but we'll see it clearer here. Miles onside. These two played him on. Moyo, great run in there, my son. Even though you're not my son. You know, I don't know why I call you my son, but anyway. But that's a good start for us. But obviously at the minute, all these things coming up in the way, I can't really see the stats. See if we can turn them off. Match info between highlights. I'm not really bothered yet. There we go. Hopefully that'll stop that. But it looks like at the end of the half... Oh, I've actually got rid of the main thing in the middle, which is not really what I want to do. The team have played poor overall. To say I'm expecting a win, Ben Hinchcliffe is unsure, apparently. He's fired up now. That's exactly what I like to see. Let's just do this again. I don't know what it was. There's one thing I wanted to get rid of, and that's the all this stuff that comes flashing up. We'll have to deal with it for now. Just getting in the way, sort of. There you go. Everyone's fired up, hopefully now. As you can see here, the table. Don't know why I'm showing it so early. We're currently top of the league. What's going on? Hoping this is just... Yeah, it is. I was going to say just a false highlight. And again, Liam Smith not having the best of games. And this time he is playing with a... You know, maybe, like I said, that's why. Because his dribbling is so poor, he just runs with it and gets mauled. I'm assuming that's what it is. But Hinchcliffe with a great ball, and Rowlinson takes it off Hooper's toe when Hooper was probably more well set. Is that even the right way to say it? Probably not. As Canero comes to take the corner, he swings it high towards Hooper, who's lost a header to Luke Jones. Canero can pick up the loose ball. It's closed down by Franklin. Don't know why I'm clicking. It apparently slows the game down. That's a terrible pass. And Ofori now can set Jackson free now, but he's held up well. And he has to go back to Wesley, the left back today. He was the danger man highlighted at the beginning of the game. As you can see, Thompson's looking a little bit jaded here, so there's going to be a change at some stage. Indeed there is, and it looks as though it's going to be Luke Foster that's going to come on for him, because I've got no one else really I can bring on in that position. Because of how poor Ward has been, I don't think I can trust him at this moment in time. This is why I'm trying to get the other midfielder in. If he comes in, then I think we're in a decent spot. But I'm just going to make the one change for now. David Moyer's been playing quite well, but it might be that I only bring one of the attackers on because of fitness reasons in other areas. 70th minute now. Corner comes in, it comes out to Hinchcliffe. Come on, bag a goal, mate. Oh, he went far off. And it's balling. It's bombarding everywhere, going everywhere. Ricochets, John O'Shea's younger brother, Rick O'Shea, is getting in on the act. He's actually having a poor game, so I am going to actually take... Yeah, I'm going to take you off first. And whether Piggott comes on, I'm not sure. In fact, Piggott can actually play as... yeah, let's keep up the good form. Piggott can actually play as a centre midfielder, so maybe he might be to fill in, maybe, perhaps, for Canero. This late stage. Canero with another corner, swings it in, Byrne heads away, comes out to Hooper. He finds Canero again, who crosses in. Hunt is felled, it seemed, but no, it's squared for Moyo, it's blocked. Another shot blocked, and another, and another, and another. You son of a bitch. About a million blocks there, including a couple of clear-cut chances, I believe. I'm not 100% on that, though. Don't quote me. Canero now with the corner. 1-0 is definitely a dangerous scoreline at this moment in time. It's headed away. Hunt heads back in, and Puddy picks it up. The loose ball. And if we were to concede now, this would be robbery, because we've been all over them. Who do we bring off? I think Hooper comes off for Paul Jennings, who's had a really bright start there, the lonely 17-year-old target man. It's probably not worth risking Piggott, as good as he has been in these early stages. And Henry Rowlinson, the one thing that he seems to be lacking mainly is his stamina. Even though his stamina is 11, look how unfit he is. It's 56. That's disgusting. It's the last 90 seconds, so you guarantee we're going to concede here. We'll keep us unbeaten record, it seems, but when they're having shots like that, it's nearly rebounded in off the back of the goalkeeper. You fear the worst, you really do. It was a good effort, don't get me wrong, but it'd have been totally undeserved. It comes out though, and Byrne knocks it down for Shaw, finds Byrne again. It's hounded, and that's a great tackle from Tunnicliffe. Basically cementing his position, really. I can't think of the actual word I'm looking for there. He's basically justifying, that's the word I'm looking, justifying the reason for being selected there at the last minute, because I was going to play with Flynn, but he wasn't quite as fit. It was 93 condition. It's a bit of danger now. It's 20 seconds. Lewis Jones, is it? Or Luke Jones? Finds Franklin. There's 10 seconds to go or so. Intercepted. Hunt just kick it away. Boot it long. Canero plays it towards Moyo. It's intercepted by Luke Jones, headed down. And Canero kicks it long. There's a full-time whistle. It's a solid 1-0 win. Not really that exciting, but you know, I'll take it. Well, I said not exciting. All that goal-mouth scramble, that was awesome. And that's another good win. I'm going to say assertively a good win. Get the greenery going. Not an exceptional game, don't get me wrong. No one averaged more than a 7. So that's pretty disappointing. But no one less than 6.6, which was Tunnicliffe, who, you know, with that late challenge, I thought it would have got a better rating than that. Apparently, Byrne got the man of the match, who is a centre midfielder for Solihull Moors. He's not a bad player, to be fair. Can't really afford him, but never mind. We are second in the league after 6 games. So, we're going to be going into the schedule to see who we've got next, or who's going to be as next live com. And it's going to be probably Southport, the team that came down with us. It's probably it's rather fitting, I think, is that Southport in the next game. You know, they're currently 18th. They're struggling to say that they came down last season. We've shown that we've got maybe a little bit of bounce back ability, if that's even a word. But yeah, that's when we'll probably be joining the next game. Hopefully you're going to join us for that. But first, if you have enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and comment as well. It would help us out a great deal. Comment on what you think I could be doing better, who I need to be, what kind of players I need to be trying to sign. Bear in mind I'm very limited on who I can get. That midfielder, the best one I can probably get in terms of current ability. There was another guy I could get that was 2.5 star, but he wanted about £500 a week, and I really can't justify that amount. Whereas this guy who's coming in is going to be in about 230, so I can't really complain. He'll fill a gap for us, and hopefully do well for us, and hopefully you're going to join us anyway for the next game, which is against Southport. Hopefully you join us for that, and until then, I will see you then. Bye bye.